Vegas, Nevada, USA. Hello, everyone. This is Blue Repton. And in the first hour of today's program, two outstanding investigative reporters who, between them, have almost 40 years digging into the behind-the-scenes activities of the government. And they both, just this morning, come back from Rachel, Nevada. Rachel, Nevada. How many of you are familiar with Rachel, Nevada? You may know it better as the home of Area 51. That's the title I think most everyone can relate to. That's the place the world has come to know. It's also the place, the military research base, that the bureaucrats say doesn't exist. Now, it wasn't their first visit to Area 51, and it probably won't be their last. But right now, let's all say good morning and good to have you in studio. Anthony Hilder and Norio Hayakawa. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Lou.
Well, we're at the base of this hill called White Side. One of the two hills located within the public land section. We're still on legal ground limits, and we'll be planting this White Sides, and you can actually see the Groom Lake facility from White Sides, and we're still on public land. The government missed these two spots, White Sides and the Freedom Bridge, when they withdrew all these lands in 1985, actually. In 1985, they drew a boundary, but they forgot that you can see Groom Lake from climbing atop these two hills. So this is White Sides because the white of the side of the mountain is rather white, so they named it White Sides.
They stopped on the road.
We're watching this. Make up an
Go up and take a picture of them. In fact, come down, Norio, and talk to them.
In fact, I'll hide there and I'll try to take their picture.
Yeah. Norio?
Yeah, if you do that, then when they come up to the car, then come jump out of the car with a camera. That's all legal.
Okay, you got to kind of watch your voices now. They can hear for at least a half mile clearly at a very comfortable voice, so they've got great listening skills.
We're walking up Freedom Ridge. Anthony, who's right over here, and Damaro and Chuck and Kathleen, the psychic photographer. And we're going to have a look at Groom Lake from here, and see what it looks like. Norio came along too, but he stayed down at the cars because we saw a security vehicle trailing us. They saw us and were observing us, so
we waved back.
We waved back, yes. But Chuck says they'll probably come up to the cars and run the license plate, so Norio stayed down there and
Get a shot of that.
to get a shot of that. He's going to hide and maybe surprise him, so hopefully they won't arrest him and haul him off with the keys to the van, and we'll have to walk out of here. Well, that was easy.
That's the easy part.
Yeah, basically we're just going to follow this ridge line up now, and you'll hit a decision point when we get to that one little shelf. We got to climb like one rock, which is about 6 foot high. If you go past that point, you're committed to go a little further, where you can cut across and come down this other ridge if you decide to not go all the way. But we're going to go up that ridge there to the highest peak that you see. We're going to walk right up the ridge. It takes about 45 minutes to walk up there comfortable, taking breathers as you need them.
45 minutes?
From right here, yeah, 40, 45.
Wow.
It just depends, how many breathers you have to take. It's just a comfortable walk.
Takes them 40 minutes, takes me an hour and 20.
Well, I got it in 25. One time they put the chopper up over the hill while I was just starting up, and I knew that they were trying to keep me from going up there and seeing something. They were trying to get stashed, so I ran up the hill.
What'd you see?
I saw them getting some stuff put away in hangars that they'd had out. They were trying to distract me with the chopper, and it worked the opposite way. I figured out what they were doing, and they charged the hill instead.
But they saw you taking pictures of the chopper, right? The people guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one time they called the sheriff. Other times they watched me openly photograph them right in front of their face a few feet and done nothing about it other than get out of my vicinity because we're violating several federal laws in doing that.
I've seen those pictures with the helicopter real close up, and there was a guy looking right out at you when you were taking the picture. Right, he was like looking out like that.
The choice was, do I pull my camera and let him know I've got a camera and photograph him right there, or do I throw a rock at him and bounce it off the helicopter? Well, I was good at doing his helicopter for him, but if the thing would have inadvertently bounced upwards, it would have crashed the helicopter and killed all of us.
And then you would have really been in trouble.
Well, I would
you'd have been dead.
have been dead.
How high is this peak?
The peak up there is 6,089 feet.
So, and about how far?
6,089 feet?
The peak up there at the very top is 6,089. Right here we're at about, well, probably 5,400.
Well, let's go.
The road that stretches out across the valley here is that's the Boone Boulevard that heads into the base from Highway 375. And twice a day, there's a white bus that has blacked out windows that picks up workers. In the morning, it picks them up about 7 o'clock over at the junction of Highway 375 and 93. And it brings them in here, takes them into Area 51 where they work, and then at 4 o'clock, it reverses its track and brings them back out and drops them back off out there. It's at the ruins of an old gambling casino there at the intersection. So sometimes you drive by there, you see cars parked there. It's a park and ride, but there's only a handful of guys that leave their cars there. Usually the wives drop them off. But it's a regular daily bus trip that comes out here 5 days a week.
How many times have you been up here now?
Oh, probably 90 or 100. There was a while, about a year ago, I was coming up, 2 or 3 times a week, spending a couple days at a time quite often. I think the most I was ever up in 1 week was, I was up, I think 5 times in 7 days.
So what, you camp up here?
Sometimes you do. Yeah, you backpack up a sleeping bag and some cold food and stuff, and water, and whatever video equipment you need, and camp out.
Well, they must have known you were here then.
No, actually they didn't the one time. That was the time I got to see Aurora on the lighted hangar. It was about 20 below zero, 30 below zero, cold and windy. In early February last year, I'd been here for 2 days, using no heat sources, no light sources. I had a mask on my face, so I was not displaying an infrared image to them. And one night about 2:30 in the morning, the runway lights came on, which signals that something's going to happen. And all of a sudden, one of the hangars opened, and it was so brightly lighted, and there was Aurora for about 20 seconds in full, brightly lighted hangar, sitting still. And then the hangar light went out, and they taxied out and immediately took off. The whole time, from the time he rolled out of that hangar to the time he was airborne and gone was less than a minute.
Aurora doesn't exist, right?
Aurora is operational. It's probably going to be announced within the next few months to the public. They may not call it that, but whatever they call it, it'll be the Aurora.
I heard they call it Senior Citizen also.
Well, I've heard a lot of names.
Looking over the test range now, we see where they shot Flare. See if I can get a steady start on a study. Oh, we're just about to the top.
So, you come on over here.
Yeah. This is interesting. We've just spotted a second vehicle joining the first security vehicle down there looking at us. It's with the other one? So,
He stopped, no? He went off the road, he turned.
well, one will go up and check our vehicles and run into Norio. You'll probably recognize the hill. I chased you out of here once before. Well, 15 feet to the top now.
Yeah.
15, I don't think I gotta go 15 more feet.
I don't think you can make it.
I made it.
Ah, not yet.
There it is. Groom Lake. Is it all iced over or what?
It's mostly water, a little bit of ice around the edges probably right now. It's only a few inches deep. In the summer it's dry. Most winters it's dry. There are, here's one, 737 sitting there. Oh, they must have some of their hazardous burning going on. There's smoke coming out off the helicopter out in front of the North Hangar complex.
What's that kind of flickering next to the big hangar out there?
Next to which side?
To the right side.
Right side. There's a 737 there, and there's looks like a Gulfstream there too.
Well, the naked eye is something like flickering or reflected off of it.
Can you see that from here?
On the left, you've got the big hangar, you've got the control tower, and almost the circle, and then you've got a plane to the right of that and behind.
I guess there's no point in pretending we're not taking photos.
I'm on Whitesides overlooking Groom Lake. I'm taking photos and they know it. So, the only thing left to see is if we make it back with the film. I can even hear their car idling out there.
Your comments and commentary.
Well, it was a torturous ascent for someone as out of shape as myself. But after much struggle, I made it. And I am on top of Whitesides with other fellow adventurers, and we are looking over overlooking Groom Lake, watching the security people watch us. Another what? From the, oh yeah, coming down the road from the guardhouse. There's pretty all like burst upon us, machine guns blazing. It's late in the afternoon. You can't see the base all that well because the sun is shining off of the frost on the lake. But we're here. Those guys really must feel like ridiculous assholes.
Well, I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too.
I'm enjoying the trip down considerably more than I did the trip up.